We're going to do an update on the plumbing. That's what I've been working on this weekend. So in most electric vehicles, you only have to cool a couple things. You have to cool the batteries, you have to cool the inverter, and sometimes you have to cool the motor. I don't have to cool the motor on this. This is a Hyper 9 system. The motor doesn't have any independent cooling. I'm going to go with two separate circuits, one for the inverter and one for the batteries. You could go either way you want to. Some of them don't require that, but you could kind of figure it out yourself. If you wanted to double up everything, you could put it all in one circuit. There's not a lot of pressure and there's not a lot of variance in the heat. It doesn't go up that much and you don't have to cool it by that much. But the inverter does get hot. All right, let me show you what I got. I'm going to leave this on and I'm going to plug in the pump so you can hear how quiet it is. I'm using an extra battery. And it's on. Cool, huh? All right, let's take a closer look. All right, real quick. I took the front battery box out here. I left it out, obviously, so that I could show you guys what I'm doing. This is the space that the front battery box would sit in. Front battery box, hole, dink. All right, let's talk about the cooling. So I'm using a little derail radiator. They don't have headers, so I have a separate header on top. I've got it plumbed to where the lowest point comes down, goes to the input side of the radiator, loops around, goes into the under area of the front battery box. The front battery box is going to be up here. This is going to be underneath that. I'm using two connectors. These are these dripless quick connects by Vincent. These are amazing. Can't recommend them enough. This way, when you want to start taking stuff apart, which you do all the time, you don't have to worry about catching the water, putting in a bucket, saving it, doing all that stuff. It's completely dripless. Once it hits this area here, it makes a loop. It goes underneath the battery. This is where the motor is. Those blue hoses are for the cooling. In the back, they got the two blue there and there. Those are the back side of the inverter. There's the front battery box again. And it comes back here after it goes through the inverter and goes through the radiator back again through here. Just a quick note on this. This is the actual inverter here. I would strongly recommend, this is the chill plate below it, that you make sure you put this chill plate on while it's dry, ambient temperature, a really good sealant, and let it cure. They leak if you don't do them correctly. All right? That's it. I'm going to probably go with two separate circuits. This is just for the inverter, and when I do the battery boxes, this end will have the cooling on it. So I'll probably go with either a reverse return or a single return, but they will be manifolded and they'll have their own separate radiator. Okay, that's about it. Pretty fun. A lot of work figuring out the cooling. But yeah, the loudest part of the whole thing is just the water hitting the inside of the tank. Splish splash.